Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 5 o'clock. It's a Wednesday. I'm tired. Good day, though. Just tired. So, to kick off being tired, let's wake up a little bit and do a warm up. Hope you're all doing well. Did a lot of drawing before stream. I've been drawing a lot over these past couple days. I've been working on a little personal drawing. I'm happy with it so far. It's complicated. There's a lot of stuff to consider. My head hurts. I think I have a headache because of it. But like a good headache, like a thinking headache, but it's probably a good sign to take a break. I think that's the lesson. If there was a biggest lesson learned from this drawing, despite how much I love it, take breaks. Breaks are important. Oof, yeah. I need to warm up. I doubled up on the line because I realized the line was pretty rough. So, but yeah, another day, more stapler. I'm not really happy with it, but I can't say why. I'm scared that I'm doubling up all these lines. I'm scared that the route we took for how we want to construct it was the wrong one. And you're like, Kavel, how are you gauging the wrong one? I don't know. I just feel like this is very complex. And I feel like a big portion of this exercise is reducing complexity. We could have 50 million subdivision lines. Which would be nice and highly accurate, but highly complex. So, the whole game is how do we choose a good mix between the two. Nice. Much better line work than I expected. I've been doing a lot of this, in fact, a majority of it digitally. For better or worse, I went digital a bit too fast because I didn't realize I need to consider like the tail, some of the background stuff I wanted, etc. A lot of great lessons. This has been an amazing. I hate saying journey sounds stupid. It sounds cliche, but it is. It's been a journey. It's been a very very fun thing to do. I felt like I've learned so much through this. It really put everything to the test. Too. I'm very proud of it. I have a lot of pride for it. And I'm gonna. I wish there were more people here to talk about it, but I actually posted a work in progress version in the Discord because I was trying not to post too much about this. I am proud of it, and so I want to like balance being proud and excited for something with being nonchalant and whatever. But like I don't want to spam people with the image, right? Um, so I was really, really, really holding off posting more about it. But I actually legitimately needed help with how I want to do the tail, and it's a hard answer. And I guess I shouldn't have expected people to just give me an answer. However, I was kind of grasping at straws and just being like, hey, maybe someone out there has some great advice for it. I wanted to be like, out of nowhere, here it is, boom. But also, I didn't draw this for anyone else but me. So it doesn't really matter. But still, who doesn't love that all factor? Just every once in a while. But it is definitely, I haven't felt this tired with a drawing since yo, what's up, Bear? Yeah, I'm renting about the I wanted to like be very nonchalant and hidden with the gravel drawing I've been working on, like not post it too much, but like I legit needed help with the tail. Uh but I like wanted no one to see it yet. Keep it secret. It's been very fun. But yeah, I haven't felt this tired with the drawing since the 7 hour promptathon that we did that one time. And this tired is not a bad thing or in any way. It's just like I'm just physically and mentally just like, oh, I've been working for a long time. I'll pretend I didn't see it. Huge. I'll delete it. That totally wouldn't be weird. I was gonna show it at the start of the stream, but I want to add a little bit more. I'm not too happy with some of the decisions. I'm being very bold in some ways. Um, my whole philosophy for this one has been totally inspired by Dasein. Um, Also, I looked at his Instagram because I was showing my friends his Instagram, and some of his drawings with the titties out are on there. I didn't know you're allowed to do that on Instagram. Do not report him. I will freaking I will go after you if you report him. Let that man's art stay up. Let everyone appreciate that guy's art. Anyways, his whole like he probably didn't mean it to be that major, but just like entertain yourself with your art. Obviously, there's times for study, and it'd be awesome if you could entertain yourself while studying, or while playing, but that doesn't always happen. But every once in a while, treat yourself, um, entertain yourself with your art. And that's what the whole journey with this has been. And I am loving it. Pulling out all the stops for it. Having blast. I'm like, well, Kavel, shouldn't you always enjoy drawing all the time? I feel like it's a moot point at this point to talk about, but come on. You gotta eat your veggies every once in a while. You don't have to. You could do literally whatever you want, but I don't know. I feel like the effort I've put into art, especially including the times where it's been rough, have contributed to me appreciating and enjoying art more later down the line, because I decided to make the hard choice and do things that weren't necessarily as fun as others. But have contributed. And it was not, when I say not fun, it wasn't like painful. I wasn't like gritting my teeth, crying, spitting, puking, shitting everywhere. But it wasn't as fun as freaking stuffing my face with Chipotle and watching Freerin and JJK. I don't know. But it contributed to something, and that's nice. Minecraft music. Also, Bear, those ads, they have your profile. They have you down. I feel like even the cheetah and the breed of dog was very Bear Mug-esque, may I say. And then, of course, the drawing ad. Weren't we talking a couple streams ago about personalized ads? Oh God, they're coming for us. What would my ideal personalized ad be? The buff bull dude from Trent Fiddler's Drawings tries to sell me birdseed. I feel like that's probably as close as you can get. However, all the ads I got actually no, a couple streams ago. Remember how I talked about the erectile dysfunction ad or whatever, where it's like, my husband uses this pill that came back. It came back. What the hell? It was not only a drawing ad app, but it was also a brain rot edited video. Ugh. I also saw that you were in French, and that skip is ignorer. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it though, which is a very smart idea. Surprised you aren't like. Do you get French ads sometimes? I know that's very specific. Mercury. I don't know. It doesn't. Yeah. I wonder if it was like language based at all. Because like to me, let's say you lived in like a border state like New Mexico, Arizona, Texas. So high Spanish speaking, or like in the Canada, like Quebec, right? Location doesn't necessarily afford language, right? It could be Spanish. It could be French. It could be English. Ugh, that was a terrible ellipse. Oh, I'm so dumb. I looked over at my music chat and reference monitor. I have 3 monitors right here. No, I'm kidding. Uh, all of it on one monitor. And like, I didn't see the music because my PureRef was over. I was like, oh my God, did my internet go off? Which now it's probably going to happen because I just shot that into the ether. Um, I wonder what my brain does because like I put a lot of effort into that thing and it does not show. So I hope it's like mining crypto in the background or something. I really don't. I really don't understand what all that effort's for. I got to explain to my friends degrees today. Ellipses did a little sausage form. I was doing Gravel's arms and feet. Everyone that has seen that drawing has commented on his feet, which I get. You splendid man. Splendid. I thought you called me stupid, I'm not gonna lie, and I wasn't gonna I wasn't gonna be surprised. How's it going, Dio? I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit tired, but I have a headache. I took some medicine. I'm gonna work on some staplers today. Kavel, you stupid man, how are you? I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm doing good. Also, the anime I've been watching that I've fallen in love with. I keep talking about this every stream. I want you guys to watch it if you can, if you're into it. You and I are polar opposites. Hear me out. It looks, when I first saw it, I was like, this sounds like just one of those slop romance animes where they like put the boy in a weird situation, the girl in a weird situation, right? But no, it's actually pretty good. I was upset because like I love waking up in the morning, making my breakfast, sitting down and watching an episode. That is my favorite thing. And today I don't go to the gym. And then I go to my TV. I've realized I've watched all of the 6 episodes. Dang it. I was so upset. And honestly, I was about to click on Fire Force again, but I hate it. I kept trying to watch. I'm on like episode 10. I can't. I really just can't do it anymore. It makes me upset. My day is worse when I watch Fire Force. So I watched some Trigun because I forgot Jim showed us that and I actually kind of liked it. So but go watch You and I Are Polar Opposites. Very good. Kavel endorsed. Watch me regret that. Is there a specific clip? I'll try to find a clip that I think encapsulates the show well. There was one that just gave me total Nichijou vibes. And that's when I was like, holy crap. Trying to think. Let's see. I don't know. It's very, because like when it's not being slightly silly, I wouldn't say it's like overtly funny at any point. It's funny, but like it's okay. It says things like this. There's one character who likes. This is gonna sound weird out of context, but just trust, right? He likes a specific type of person. He likes a person who like enjoys comedy, is like silent and reserved, and shares in the same qualities as him. But he's the show literally says he's not emotionally mature enough to recognize that he likes these kind of people. So he just has like an unexplainable attraction to this one character. And he has to figure out why. And the show kind of like tells you this, and you're like, wow, the show is more than just like a surface level. He likes her. They're trying to figure out how to communicate each other's needs and like expectations for friendship. There's also like a flashback to a former relationship where like someone, you know, just I can't remember what she said verbatim, but she was like, just because I find them attractive, they're funny, and we talk every day does not mean that they would make for a good partner. I was like, holy crap, that's true. Like that's a very just genuine, true statement that these middle schoolers, actually no, they're high schoolers, not middle schoolers, this would be totally weird, but these high schoolers are saying just like, yeah, wow, that many adults wouldn't even wouldn't even like say that or have that recognition, right? Um, the show doesn't have like any needless like kind of explicit moments or stuff like that. No, like gratuitous moments, which good. It's a high school anime. Um, I appreciate how like mature it is when someone admits that they like someone. It's not like, and I'm making it sound like relationships are happening everywhere. Not kind of, but not in a bad way. It's well done. Um, it's not like everyone freaks out and they like torment their friends about it or whatever. It's kind of thing you'd want to see in a healthy relationship where your friends are like, "Oh, you like them? That's awesome. Great for you. What do you like about them?" Right? It's not just annoying. The main character has a legitimate reason for liking the other main character. I feel like a lot of romance and stuff, it's just kind of like relationships of circumstance. Like the reason I didn't like Isekai Office Worker at all, it's not horrible. Just I didn't. It was tropey and stuff, but like the main character has no reason for liking the whatever knight dude, other than he saved my life, and through the most cliche, stupid way possible. I don't think it's bad for that. It's just I'm not a fan of cliches. I'd definitely say it's a romance before it's a comedy, but um, yo, what's up, Cat? How's it going? Great work on the art that you posted in an art share in the earlier version that we saw in work in progress. I'm doing good. A little bit of a headache. Did a lot of drawing today. My ellipses aren't the best, but it's not tropey. Yeah. There are tropes, but not in a bad way. Like there's the is it a trope? They have like the archetypes, like the popular girl, the nerdy dude, but they're not like fulfilling that role exactly. Like the nerdy dude, he isn't like a nerd, a shut-in who doesn't know how to communicate. He just has a different way of communicating than everyone else. He says what exactly on his mind, but he doesn't want to like because of that. He kind of pushes people away in a way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Experiment with 2 point perspective. How did those drawings implement 2 point perspective? Nah. The one you're drawing right now. I gotcha. Alrighty, we're gonna call it here for warm up, everybody. Oh, I didn't even start the timer. Well, 10 more minutes now. Yep, we're gonna head into BRB. You know the drill. And then we're gonna come back and work on a stapler, which I'm not too happy about, but we're gonna finish it because we finish what we start. No artist said ever. Anyways, be right back. Not gonna lie. I was. Oh wait, ad break's not over. We're back. I was in the restroom whenever Dio sent the hydrate. Oh, you didn't? Oh. Bear's immune. I was in the restroom when Dio sent the hydrate and it freaked me out. Characters. She's stuttering, talking to you, Bear, asking for your advice. She's honored. What? Okay. So yeah, we're returning. You're playing Overwatch. I've heard there's been a huge Overwatch revival since the update. In fact, my friends who vehemently opposed it, are now like genuinely happy to play it. Don't mess up. To revive. And smart decision. They backpedaled on the 2 because they didn't even do the freaking PvE or whatever it was. So, anyways. Oh, I hit the timer because I'm silly. Also, Bear, don't let Cat lie to you. Those weren't random poses. She picked them for a reason. It's okay. Not very busy, but I still got a lot done. So, a company I would really like to work for reached out to me. I have a technical interview. I scheduled it like way too far though. They may just drop me because I scheduled it weird, but yeah. Stapler. I'm not too fond of the stapler because I realized how difficult I realized how difficult it is going to be to plot all these points because what we're doing is we're meeting the X and the Y and we're converging to find a point, to define a point. That could go well, it could go horribly. We'll see. I can't think of anything because Kavel keeps talking. My bad, man. My bad, dude. I'll mute so you guys can hang out and chat real quick. No, you're fine. You're fine. I like if you need like head over to the Discord if you have anything that could help her. What is it? One time we were loading into a video game and my friend and I were in there. My third friend said, "Hey guys, shut up. You're talking too loud. My game can't load." And that just killed me. If I may, Kat, could I give a piece of advice? I'm not the best at drawing characters in perspective, but I like to do it a lot. But I could understand if you just want Bear's input. Here we go. Alrighty, let's get started. Do I have everything? I think I do. So, yeah, we have to make a tough decision here how we want to proceed. Ah, man, it's tough. Because I don't know the best way to go about this. Also, there's so much red at the bottom of this page, it makes me so mad. That damn ruler. So the correct... Okay, let's evaluate our options. Our correct and 100% good way to do this is to do the ortho on both sides, draw the line across. That is like the guaranteed way to do this. The less guaranteed way is to like draw in that direction to the VP for the point that we want and then guesstimate where it'll land and then place a point there. It is less accurate, but it's less complex. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I think we're going to do it the more complex way, and if it goes nuclear, we'll deal with it. That's the best way I can kind of logic through that. So we're going to do this, and then the back, and then the bottom. Maybe we could... Oh, wait, we only need to do one of them. because once we have a line, we can just draw to it. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Now we have the question of how do we want to do it? And I feel like duplicating this plane right here is going to be less messy than duplicating this right here. So we'll do that. Talk through your problems. Rubber ducky method. Shout out. Later tonight, I will be playing a new game called Reanimal by the Little Nightmares team. Talked about this last stream. Very excited though. Oh, Dio, I forgot to listen to the song that you sent. You told us. Worst streamer ever. Worst person. Let's be real. That's a person issue. Artist Loft. So I have an interesting discussion. This is one I've been keeping secret. Because yeah. A while ago, one of my favorite artists, Nagabe, supposedly joined the Drawbox Discord. I have no confirmation that this is actually Nagabe. Because like, why would Nagabe join Drawbox? It just seems a bit weird. And a lot of the stuff he was saying was like kind of antithetical to Drawbox like discipline. And when I actually got the opportunity, if this is actually Nagabe, then I'm sorry for any suspicion, of course. But you know, if you're there is incentive to pose as a very popular person, right? God, I love Nagabe's art. But I talked to supposed Nagabe, and they said, I was like, you know, do you have any like salient tips for figure drawing, or like how you do your figures, right? And supposed Nagabe said, don't do sketches. Don't draw from reference, which are two things that I kind of disagree with. I think, or at least I think you should do sketches, right? You should have a constructional sketch. And of course, when you're at a point where you understand your forms and stuff really well, then yeah, you can do a sketch if you want. You want structure at the end of the day. But the don't draw from reference, I was like, what is, you know, what does that mean? And I'd also like to do a side tangent of, Kavel, you're not sure if this is the real Nagabe. They give very anti-parallel advice to the things that you've learned. Why consider it? Because that's the thing, is it still could be the real Nagabe. And even if they aren't right, why are they not right? 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 If their ideology is incorrect about drawing, how do I know that? Right? So test it for yourself. So I've actually, throughout Singapore and returning today, I've made a point of kind of straying away from references. And now I'd say there's like two kinds of references I use. Direct reference, where like there's a pose and I'm boom to the page. And then there's like visual library references. So I look at components. For an example, for the current Grackle drawing is their feet. I just get a huge compendium, this sounds weird, of Grackle's claws. And I don't copy the structure of any one, but I use it to construct a visual library of what could be in it. And man, drawing without reference, the pose reference, the first one, has been fun. It's been very interesting and fun, and I've liked it a lot. And now I almost have like a disdain of copying things one-to-one, because I'm forced to build structure here. I think the main thing is I think you should still use reference as much as you want. There's not an evil to using reference. I think the thing that was holding me back in references that I now like kind of do on my own is building structure. Because when you have a reference in front of yourself, you have a temptation to just measure and do it very observationally, which isn't a bad thing, but I like, you know, construction. So when you build poses and stuff off the noggin, sure, they're going to be prone to like proportional errors and stuff like that, but you're forced to build the structure, and so they feel a lot more. So if you have characters, which is the Dasein thing, that I've been talking about, which is entertain yourself, you can really squash and squish stuff and entertain yourself by building your own structure by not using a reference. And of course, whenever I draw or did the initial drawings of Puma Dude, I had a lot of so many pictures of pumas, to the point where I was like, I recognize this one if I ever saw a new one. But despite those visual library ones, I've had a lot of opportunity to just kind of play around. Just a little bit of how we should approach art, right? How we should approach drawing. Or no, not how we would, but how I have. I could have made a terrible mistake by not drawing from reference. So, Dio, there's like a billion ways to learn anything. And the hard part about art is there's no rules, right? You can do whatever you want. It's art, it's a drawing. But if you want to make it look a certain way, then you kind of narrow it down. So how do we narrow down the vast, infinitely big space of art into something that someone can learn in a set amount of time? And so there's tons of different camps about how people should learn to draw specific things, how they should draw people, how they should draw cars, how they should draw anatomical parts of people, right? Etc. And at the end of the day, I think there's kind of a different answer for every person. You know, there's a schema that appeals to them most. And I'd say there's only one wrong way. Personally, I'd be bold enough to say this. There's only one wrong way to learn art, and it's to never draw. You're sitting there on your hands, watching art tutorials all day. Quick tips, top 10 tricks to make your art look better. Of course, it's never a bad thing to learn art, but or to learn art through those sources, but never drawing is, you can't replace drawing. So we have a lot of stuff in the front. This is probably our most dense section, which I'm a bit worried about. Clickbaits, I wouldn't even say they're clickbait. There can be actual good stuff in there. I just don't like let's say there was like the perfect drawing tutorial where they say a grouping of words that is life-changing. Doesn't matter until you draw. Put into practice. What do you think you have to do? You can memorize an equation in math, but doing it and learning of all, heuristically absorbing all of the different rules and stuff, that's difficult. All right, we're going to start with the vertical stuff. We're going to do a 12th and a third. Gangster. Yeah, there's still plenty of art, clickbait out there that I do not respect. I find it's pretty detrimental to the art community and learning communities at all. Oh, Kat, you added me. I didn't know you added me. For that scene, interesting. Once again, there's a billion ways. If I were to do it right now, I would establish the scene in 2-point perspective. You can do gridding if you want. That's very difficult, though. Or not difficult, there's just a lot of work. But I would establish the scene in 2D space first. And then build the characters with simple shapes that you know. Do I have a good example of this? I don't think I do. Oh yeah, okay. So this, I feel, okay. Warning, I'm going to be putting a drawing of a dude with a skeleton out. It's not very gruesome, but if that bothers you, I'm going to give you a couple seconds to click out. Okay, I'm going to show it. So, this drawing. This drawing, I wouldn't say is the most difficult perspective ever, but I want to highlight the rib cage and how I went about that. I started the rib cage with a box, right? You have been doing the broken draws drawing exercises where you're doing all the boxes and stuff in space. So this should be familiar to you. So if you set up I guess like the couch in that scene, for example, as like a a boxy plane for the sitting part and a boxy plane for the back part, then it should be no issue for you. I don't mean like if it is an issue, you're bad. No. It's just like you've done it before, right? Is to put a box on top of those to balance them, right? To stack them in 3D space. You've done that plenty of times, and I know you can. And so that's what I did here is I started with a box and I did cylinders based off of that. And then you have the basis for your character. And the unique thing about constructing people with boxes that I like is that it tells you what planes are visible. So, especially with rib cages, I like doing a boxy form, at least for the upper chest, because I draw a lot of males and they have very planar chests, right? Is that establishes where, like, the sternum will be and things like that. So yeah, you've done this 100 times before, right? The same thing with Drawbox. You've done the degree exercises and the rotated box challenge and all that exercise. So yeah, I would start with the couch, lay those out as boxy forms, everything plotted correctly to 2-point perspective, the VP. And then now here's the thing. For the boxes and the structures of the characters, they won't necessarily align to the VP. Because they could be twisted, right? They could have a different VP. You could have multiple VPs in one scene, hundreds, thousands, infinitely many. So there's a lot of weird math, and I don't want to scare you. So just know that the character, the box for the person's torso, does not have to be in 2-point perspective or aligned to the same perspective. Let's see if I have anything that's explicitly like that in here. I don't think so. I mean, yeah, here. Yeah, this is 1 point, right? But the box for gravel, you can't really see it here. Maybe very lightly. It's twisted. It's a 3-point box, right? Because it doesn't have to align to the same VP. The only time objects share the same VP is whenever they're aligned on the same plane. Trying to see. Another example of how I do this right here. I started with a box for where I want the little plane to fit in, and then I have a cylinder inside of it. So don't let that scare you. Just start off. I would personally recommend starting off with the scene, right? The things that you know are going to be there. However, there is a school of thought that some people like starting with the character and then building the scene around them. The reason I'm recommending this to you is because you already have the scene that you want. So it's easier to stick the characters in there after. But sometimes I think, like for example, the gravel in the frying pan. The gravel in the frying pan, I'm starting with gravel and then building the scene around it. Same thing with the chope. I did gravel first and then built the scene around him. What was the tutorial for? Okay, 12th. Oh, geez, this is going to be so chaotic. So we want these to be a vertical 12th. We have that right here. Drawing a room in 2-point perspective. Cool. So yeah, I would say first worry about the room before you worry about the characters. Because, I mean, this should be very, very similar to Lesson 1 in Drawbox with the plotted perspective exercises. This is a known evil. You've done it before. And I'm going to have a very hot take. I don't think it's a hot take. It's just a lazy take. I don't like plotted perspective that much because I hate making everything align to the same VP and like be accurate. Like this, it annoys me. I like organic flowy stuff where I don't have to measure constantly. And you can still be accurate. It's just like you're more accurate when you measure to the VP, right? Let's see, 4/12. You get the diagonal, vertical from diagonal. You really don't need the line up here. I don't know why they do that. Cool, okay. Plot is only great for correcting the perspective of relying is honk shoe me me me. Yes, exactly. Bars bear. Like if you need something that's like technically accurate, plotted perspective and gridding is your thing, right? Or like really challenging perspective scenes. Like look at a JJK. Like anytime they're in the like any room where you have this like very cool here. This is going to be spoilers. It's not major spoilers, but it is. I'm probably not going to be able to find it. There's a really cool scene in one of the episodes. I'll send it later. But you basically like see everyone sprawled out, and it's perfect for gridding. But yeah, I get it. That's why I'm kind of like about backgrounds and buildings and stuff. It's because not only does it take work to design that, uh, everything has to be very, very technically laid out. How was work? I did not work today. I did school today though. And it was okay. We lived. Is that the line I gotta draw? Really? Okay, man. I don't trust this. I'm gonna draw it. Oh, No Man's Sky. It's my own playlist. I don't know why I'm so hyped every time, but I love the music. It's my own music. I love it. That's why I've been favoring simpler backgrounds, like non-complex comic stuff. Yeah. I mean, if you look at like Pinterest and some of my favorite, like the art I put in social media art share, it's usually character oriented or like a very simple scene. However, I do really mess heavily with fisheye stuff. I really want to do a fisheye like 5.6 points perspective, whatever it is. Like elevator thing with gravel. That's been on the mind for a long time. That they have a good understanding. Gotcha. And hey, if you don't have a good understanding, still draw because then you make mistakes and you learn from them. Which is pretty epic. Best of luck, Cap. I remember when I was younger, baby Kavel art arc for the year that it was. I was doing all the tutorials of like, here's how to draw a room. It was never a box for me. It was a room, and everyone's like, here's how you draw a room in 3-point perspective, and I would do it, and I'd be like, awesome. What's the point? Like, why? Why does this affect me? And it's good to know, but I feel like it's a background method of teaching that backwards method, background, backshots. I don't know. Oh man, this is totally off. Yikes. This is my least favorite construction so far. My bad. So now we reel back and realize that I drew this incorrectly. Nope, I drew it correctly. Somehow. What the hell? What the why does this have to hurt my brain? Where meets the true diagonal? So right here. Okay. Dude, I took I took pain meds before stream for my headache, but I may need more. Yo, I was like, I have a headache. Anyways, time to stream lesson 6. Jeez, dude. Thankfully, we have some epic music to back us. It's funny. The recent gravel drawing I've been doing is the first time I've drawn in front of my friends, like my closer friends, like pretty much most of the process. And like they think I was kind of scared because I don't talk to them much about art because I'm afraid they'd be a little bit negative. That's its own topic. They're not bad people, I promise. um, uh, but like they're super supportive. They're asking me about like why I'm making decision stuff. I really appreciate it. But they keep it like, dude, he's got some grippers, and I'm like, yeah, that was an intentional design choice. That wasn't like a fluke in perspective. Um, because like I saw that picture I took of the grackle the other day, and I just realized like how freaking big um their feet are proportional to their body. Also, may I add, Bear, whenever you said that bird's not right, they thoroughly appreciated that. Because yeah, that grackles are freaking different, dude. And I love them for that. So yeah, we draw the line across down here. That bird's not right. And really they aren't. They're very strange. Sick and twisted freaking psychopath birds. I'm so happy I'm gonna get my bird cam back in a couple days. It hasn't been taken away, just I bought technology to set it up so I can see access it from anywhere in the world. Holy. I'm also gonna bring my Linux server back to my apartment with me. American Coots. Let me double check. Thinking about the right one. Oh yes, you sent the picture, right? Yeah. Oh my god, it looks like seaweed, dude. Freaking weird. Freaking I remember when you sent the picture of like the point blank goose, was it? And just like goose feet, and it looked like you literally went under them with the camera or something. I was like amazed how close you got to those insidious beings. I honestly am not like scared of geese or anything, and like I understand why they're territorial, but I do like entertaining the fact that they are machines of war, harbingers of death, sinister avians. I don't know the bird term that starts with an S. Ferocious fowl. There we go. I appreciate appreciate. I don't know. I looked at why am I stuttering so much? Jeez. I looked at pictures of Grackle's claws recently. I didn't realize just how dinosaur-like they were. Even my friend commented in Discord. There's our 12th. Let's do a third. Thankfully, a third is also very easy to set up. Uh, the geese thought I had bread because I saw an empty plastic bag of bread. What is good geese food? Is it the same as duck food, like corn and peas and stuff? I can't wait to go to the park. I'm gonna go to the park sometime soon and bring some snacks for the ducks. It's always awkward though, because then like some kid and their like babysitter or their parent will like be right next to me, and they'll like I part of me wants to like offer the kid the peas or whatever to give to the ducks, but I'm not sure if the parent's cool with that. And then by the time I'm like about to offer, the parent walks away and the kid like throws a tantrum because they don't want to leave the ducks. Which I get, I understand. I do the same. And you're like, Kavel, it's a very specific story. It's happened at least 3 times. Gatekeep the peas. I've thankfully not yet seen someone try to throw bread into the pond. So W on that. And plus the park that they're at has an automated feeder And it's just like food pellets, kind of mundane food pellets. So thankfully, we know they're eating good. However, they probably appreciate the peas, the corn. I like peas a lot more because peas have less of a smell than corn, in my opinion, and it's less sticky. It's all the same to them, probably. However, the grackles like the corn more than the peas. I don't think grackles are allowed to complain because they're trash birds. So, and of course, everybody loves. Actually, I haven't given peanuts to ducks. I don't think. I'm not sure. Can ducks have peanuts? Probably. Um, but the grackles, of course, love the peanuts. It's kind of crazy across the animal kingdom how many animals just absolutely love peanuts, go crazy for them. What's my favorite color? It is purple. Purple's a pretty awesome color. What about you? I get a. I don't want to be generic and say blue, but I do get a blue vibe from you. If not, maybe green. I don't know why. Since you said BMW the other day, I'm just thinking blue or like brushed silver. I don't know. And to go blue, shout out. My soul read was correct. Man, sometimes I would have bets with my roommate, or like we do odds are we have to guess the number that we're thinking, basically. And sometimes I would like close my eyes and be like, I'm doing a soul read, and he'd be like, dude, stop. As if that would actually as if that would actually change things. He was scared I was gonna do witchcraft and wizardry on him. He's pretty superstitious, so. But if I started doing like freaking speaking in tongues, he'd think I was cursing him or something. Alrighty. Let's do the horizontal stuff now. That's gonna be the difficult part. We have a 30-second. Ooh. A third, 5/7, an eighth, and a 16th. Bleh. Start with the 8th and the 16th. Yoink. Nice. And we can now leverage. Oh, those aren't lining up. Dude, how did I manage this? I really. Oh, wait, no. Oh, maybe they do. And I'm just tweaking. My friend sent me a video from his girlfriend, and it had sugar on my tongue. That's been stuck in my head all day. It's so catchy. And it wasn't even my favorite song on the album, but you can't deny it. It's stuck in your freaking brain. I forgot to say an AD check, and those are like highly convergent. Oops, my bad. I saw all of your "Don't Tap the Glass" stuff, music. Oh, frick, that line was so off. Whatever. Will deal. Sigh. Crosses, folds arms angrily. Why has there been so much Minecraft? I have it on like smart shuffle. It doesn't feel like it's very smart shuffle. What? We're getting to the point where I'm getting like super confused. No. No. Okay, cool. There's those. Oh god. Oh jeez. Okay, we need a 30-second. Start divvying that up. Oh jeez. Swing scoop. Oh yes, this song. Let's go. I started listening to this song again when I went to Bird Paradise. Dude, this song at Bird Paradise goes crazy. Zoo in Singapore. Let's see, half, fourth, eighth, 16th, 32nd. Ooh. Okay. Jeez. Do the third from the bottom. Yeah. And I can do that off the top of my head, I think. It's just right here. Look at that. I think. We really don't need to plot that, do we? We should, though. Yeah, it'd make more sense for the third to actually be on this face. So yeah, I'm not gonna plot the third. Hmm. We'll plot the third. Literally had my like eyes closed right there, contemplating, pondering. Oh, I think I also did the third over here. Question is where it is. It would be like this in the true diagonal. So right here. So oh, that's I thought that was the eighth. Uh-oh. What the frick? True diagonal and diamond. Oh, wait. This is a third. Yeah. Nah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. No. I don't know. Yes, Ben. I was thinking just for funsies if I made a gravel uh VTuber model, but like his like nose is squishy. So like I could like add like if you like goes to the side goes like and he just talks like this. Like that. I think that'd be infinitely more entertaining. And like keep in mind how easy this would be to code. Cuz like I don't have to like no eye tracking or like I could have eye tracking but like no expressions cuz he doesn't have expressions, it's just him. This would be a fun little coding project. All right, bro. He says in all caps. Why are we auto-modding that? Uh-oh. It has jiggle effects. that was smart by caught by the smart detection too. Who knows? Maybe people have used the word jiggle a little bit too much on Twitch. Have gotten a little bit too emphatic. Oh, they probably asked do it jiggle or something, and that probably gets them nuked. Make it the gravel. I'd be happy to make the gravel, honestly. If I had more time, I'd do that tomorrow. I'd do that this weekend. But I don't know like literally anything about Blender or any of that. But it would be fun to learn. I could do the face tracking software, even though I'm pretty sure there's software out there that'd make my life so much easier. When are you gonna play a game? What makes you think I'm gonna play a game? This is an art YouTube channel. Maybe one day, but probably not as like a whole thing. Maybe a draw with your friends game or something. We've played games here and there just for funsies, but nothing like Kavel plays. I do not want to make an offshoot YouTube channel. That would make Kavel sad. Kavel underscore sad. What are we doing next? The 5/7. Yes, and then the 3/8. We already have the 3/8 basically plotted. Because we have half. So like right here, right? Yeah. Kavel's sad. Sweet, it's all your guys' fault. Kavel's sad. At the start of this YouTube channel, I did not expect to have a bird mascot. I was totally in it for like a robot mascot. Or Puma Dude. I wanted a Puma Dude before I wanted bird mascot. Good. Praying on my downfall. Uh-oh, that does not seem right. Oh my god, okay, wait, nope. Now we have to take a... Okay, we're pausing the timer. I have to show another crow video. It's that me saying uh-oh just reminded me of it. It is so funny. We're doing that real quick. I'm sorry. This is a complete sidebar, but it's very important. What tab do I open this on? We'll do that. Where is it? I need to find it. It's a YouTube short. It's a dude like inside of his car with the sunroof open, and okay, I think about it. I don't think you can see it, so we'll just listen to it together. Hopefully that isn't like crazy loud. Is this it? Let's see. That's not it. That's not the video. There's like crow compilations, but I can't find the specific one. That's so upsetting. Oh. Well, we'll have this at least. Uh-oh. You can do it again. Oh, there we go. That was my sidebar. I apologize. Let's continue. Oh, timer's still going. Okay. Oh. It's a dude in his car, and there's like a crow, like above him in the sunroof. You can't see it, and he goes, "Uh-oh," and the crow goes, "Uh-oh." Such a good video. A Jillian Kavel coin to anyone who could find the original video. Owed at whenever I desire, whenever I want it, whenever I desire. So that means I could pay you tomorrow, I could pay you today, or whenever I want. 3/8 was just done. No, it wasn't. It's right here. That just doesn't seem correct. That seems a little bit more correct. So we'll go for it. Yeah. Yo, Naya, what's up? It's been a second. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna adjust my mic and take a sip of water real quick. Oh, frick. Nothing much. Chillaxing, relaxing, feeling all cool. All that good stuff. How are you doing? I'm always scared I ask people, like, how are you doing, like, 3 times. I probably do. Yeah, no, I just haven't been feeling doing nothing, for real. For real. Where's my 5/7? Here it is. We want that one. We do the divide, the thirds, all of it. Splendid. Let's see, this is a horizontal 5th. So we'll be doing this like this. We'll have divides across them. Oh god. It's already so messy, dude. I'm making like the freaking some kind of like cursed entity, cursed box. I also like this song a lot. This line was already made. So we mark where the diagonals are. Holy. I'm so lost. Dude. You have a question? What's up? So it's gonna be like, how much do you weigh? I don't know. I don't know why that came into my head. Do you play VR by chance? I do not. I used to have a VR, like, I mean, I still do. But the only time I really heavily used it was before COVID. So like 5 years ago. I played Half-Life Alyx. That was about it. Why do you ask? Should I do a VR stream? I'm confused. Where? Oh, it's the... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. 2 diagonals. What the heck? It's a Vive. It's a Vive and like some of it's broken. So I don't think you want it, to be honest, because I don't think it works. Why do you want AVR? What is what's inspiring you to pick up this technology? How'd it break? So one of the Vive is one where you have to mount LiDAR scanners or whatever they are in the corners of the room. One of them fell. Or 2 of them, I think, but they both fell or something. I play VR chat, but I play mobile right now because I want a VR headset. It's better than mobile. Huge. I don't mean this in a mean way. I've just never seen the appeal of VR chat. But that's probably because I'm lame. The only times I've played it, I was messing with people. Sometimes I'd like legit have conversations, but most of the time, I would like just pick a really grotesque model and just like follow people around from a distance, or just play with my friends. What is your favorite thing to do in VR chat? I wonder, you could probably draw in VR chat. That sounds fun. What am I doing? Okay. Just like staring blankly. I forgot I already set up thirds here. We draw from here to there. Nice. Only play VR to get away from this world. Meet new people. Heck yeah. This world ain't that bad. I mean, it sucks. But there's some good stuff about it. Don't forget that. I've seen stories of people like sleeping in VR. Not just as like clickbait videos, but they like actually fall asleep, which I feel like would be crazy uncomfortable. Is it the 7th? Should be. Meh. Is that it? I think that's it. That's that. Yeah. Wow. We found it. I'm one of those people. With the phone VR, that sounds not comfortable. How do you manage? Is that healthy? I feel like it would somehow mess with your REM sleep. All the light in your eyes. I think that's that edge done. Oh, now we're just left with the difficult part. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do top down here. Draw lines to them. Oh, this is so tough. This is so difficult. I knew the stapler would be hard. Didn't know it'd be this hard. I want to eat dinner. I'm tired of this. I don't want to play anymore, Grandpa. Look at that. There we go. There's the middle. That is not. That can't be. Meh. That's how I feel like uncomfortable secretly in my head. Dude, this is not right. What the heck? What is happening? I survived uncomfortable's challenge. Dude, what? This is actually so inaccurate. How is that possible? I That makes sense. That checks out. One thing I'm going to do better in the future is I'm going to subdivide all visible planes first because that can help me set up everything. It gives me a nice little basis. Poppy's playtime. Alrighty, have a good one. I haven't heard that name in a minute. Poppy's playtime. Which one is that? I'm legit like having to take a second to remember. I'm thinking like Garden of Ban or Bon, whatever. Yeah, that one. Ah, I see. There you go, have fun. Dude, I'm about to give up. Like, take a break, because, like, this, I don't understand how this is so inaccurate. How is that possible? What? What? Oh, gee. Oof. Well, I think we just have to settle. That's so. Him, Cow, we're struggling, man. I hate this box. I want to redo it. This is a very challenging one. How are you doing? It's just like ever so slightly off. Back line is this one. Yes. Oh. Jeez. We charge on was true. Yeah, that is what we ought to do. Bleh. Okay. What's next? Says a disgruntled Kavel. We have to do the 12th and all that again. So we'll keep doing that. Should be a pro at this. So the 12th's on the edges. The arrow points in the direction that we want the 12th. Want this one, we have to do it the long way so I can kind of see. Oh, I did it like this. I need a win. Like this. Like this, says Bear Mug. Like this. Freaking treating me like a. What is it called? Like Pavlov's dog. Like, oh, Cavel's upset. Like this. It's like freaking Aaron. Aaron! Like this. Unicellular organism. Me. Dude, I'm so mad. I want that episode of that anime to be next episode. Seventh episode, new episode. Me want me orange, give orange me orange, want me orange. Give me, give you orange. Oh, I drew the oh. No. I did it. Maybe. I don't know. I have oranges nearby me. Are you scared? Does this concern you? Are you worried? Do you feel that you need to flee or run? I also have oranges near me. They're my roommate's navel oranges that that he said he would eat and he has not touched for 2 weeks and probably neither way. No, I'm actually quite content. Is this because of the oranges? Or is it the fact that I just pronounced oranges like oranges? Yeah. I feel like this conversation that we're having is playing out like a very like avant-garde student film. Going to eat them while watching anime. Holy. What anime are you watching? Yeah. And if you don't like the first episode, I'd say like first episode and maybe the second. I don't think it's a show that you have to like sit through the first episode. If you don't like it by those, eh. I feel like I'm gonna pull out this paper tomorrow and look at it and just want to cancel stream. But we must confront our demons. We must be strong. I didn't even mark the right line right there. I'm so lost. It hurts. Okay, this to here. Good. This to here. Line right here. Intersect. Boom. Yes. Good. Line to line. Boom. Boom. Doesn't converge. Why? Pain. Correct. Correct. Why give orange me orange give you give orange pain? Happy ass music. We draw through here. That should not be wrong. Something's up. Line to here. What if we're gonna take the average of both of these lines. Drawing is hard. It can be, yeah. I get that right now. I feel that for sure. Speaking of, you're getting closer to the 12th. You have the diagonal. Then from the diagonal, I'm gonna cry. This is, dude. From the diagonal. That's not even the diagonal I had to make. Bro. Yeah, we're calling it there. Oh, I'm gonna hate myself. I'm gonna hate myself next stream where I have to remember where I picked off. For future Kavel, point here, vertical, point here, vertical, and then I do something with that. Then you find down here where those vertical lines that you just drew cross the true diagonals, boom, boom. You draw a vertical line for those, and then where those true diagonals pass through the smaller or the bigger triangle, boom, boom, you draw a line across. Bleh. Okay, cool. We'll leave it there, everybody. Tomorrow is our last stream ever. And then that's actually foreboding because I'm going home for the weekend. I hope I make it back. Otherwise, yeah, it's the last stream ever. But yeah, so thank you for joining Bear, Cat, Naya, Dio, Mimcow. I think that was everybody. Oh, yeah, I think that was everybody. Did Jim's join? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, thank you all for joining tonight. We'll see you tomorrow and not Friday, and then hopefully back on Saturday. Bye for now.